me the alcohols. The like record scratch. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Here's what's coming up on today's episode of the Texas Wedding Show.
So I'm like, she's gonna leave him asking all things.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
I don't know why I gave you a show. What was it?
Right. So he like dove in head first and broke his nose on the floor and was just beef bulgogi.
Bulgogi?
Bulgogi. No TikTok.
Cheers to being old.
Yeah, cheers to being old. There you go.
Hello and welcome back to the Texas Wedding Show podcast. I'm your host, Brittany with Ladybird Studios, a DFW and Austin-based wedding photography and videography studio. And I'm here today with Charlotte Eberle from World Fair Events.
Yes, very excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Just girl talk.
Yeah, exactly.
So why don't you tell everyone a little bit about your company and how you got started into the industry.
Yeah. So I started off in marketing because that's kind of my first love is just building businesses and all that. So marketing, which ends up having a lot of events just kind of naturally in it. Mm-hmm. So once I kind of got a taste in that, it was like the perfect combination of everything I was good at. It has like half creative side and half, logistics and planning and organization. So once I got a taste of it, I loved it. And I've seen it now from all sides, from like the venue standpoint, the vendor, the client, all of that. And I got into weddings because it's just kind of its whole own little monster. Mm-hmm. So once you,
big monster.
It's a big monster. It's so different than just like your marketing event or your branding event or whatever it is, because you're just like, I remember that first one is like, you are a part of such a special day for these people. Mm-hmm. So to be just like a stranger and just to kind of come in that, but you feel like so much emotion and like it's just about love and family. Like it was just I was hooked like from the first one. So I wanted to get as many as I could. So I started working with the venue just so I could get as many as possible kind of under my belt. But I was missing kind of the planning side and getting to get the connection with the clients and all that. So that's why we started World Fair Events, to kind of get the connection again and get to it from the beginning and see it all come together. And so we've been having a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. It's a dream. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. I have like 3 like follow-up topics.
Yeah.
Try to remember from everything you just said. So first of all, since you started out in marketing, and you like the whole, building a business side of things, do you have advice for anyone that's starting out or trying to grow their business?
Yes. So again, I come from an entrepreneur family. I have that will always be like my inner spirit. So I think a lot of the reason people don't do it is because they're scared that it's, not going to succeed or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And that's always, I always just say, if you're smart about it and you actually put in the work, then you can almost get anything to succeed to a certain level. The more work you put in, the more. If you don't know about a certain facet of business, then you find someone who does and you bring them into it. So as long as you're smart and you work hard, you really can succeed in it. Mm-hmm. And even if you don't, like, you tried and there's going to be another idea there for you. And like, it really doesn't matter, So if you don't do it, you're always going to wonder about what would have happened if you did do it. So I always just tell people to kind of jump in, obviously doing it in a smart way and everything, but there's no reason to be scared about it. If you have a passion for it and you do your research, and again, you bring good people, in your support group in order to give you the knowledge that you don't have, or just to push you into doing it in those moments that you're scared, then it's such a good feeling just to kind of make something your own and to have that control over it and everything. So yeah, I love doing it. I love seeing other people do it. So I will always bring up people trying to do their own thing. So that's another reason why I really try to connect with other people in the industry, other planners, just because I think it's such an important thing for people to do for themselves, for economy, for just, for everything. So I love it.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's it's okay to ask for help, right?
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, nobody knows everything.
Right. Reach out to your support system, to other people, even to strangers.
Right. I mean, that's how I have a little brother, so he's my baby. So he is in college right now, and I'm telling him, you know, because whenever I was in college, I did so many internships, like 1,000,001, because at that age, you don't really, you know, maybe what you want to do, but without experience, you don't know for sure. So I tried so many different little things, and I made so many connections along the way. And now, you know, whenever you get older and you kind of more solidify what it is you want to do in your career and all this stuff, you have connections that can help you, you know, meet other new people, or can, you know, if you say, oh, you were really great at this, would you mind helping me here? Like, they're always happy to do it. So if you ask them and you take the time to meet those people and all that, it helps so much. So I'm trying to get baby brother to do all that, but he doesn't listen. So it's fine. It's fine. He'll make his own way.
Older siblings, am I right?
Brothers. All right.
Freaking brothers.
All right. The worst.
Brothers.
Right. Don't listen to sisters ever. It's fine.
Baby siblings. The worst. What do they know?
I don't know why I gave you a show. What was I thinking?
Yeah, so it's fine. He's doing good. He'll be all right.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you're in college and you're just like coming out of high school and you're thrown out there and you're expected to just like pick a major and like,
I know.
What am I supposed to do with the rest of my life? Like,
right.
I did this.
It's
I
a lot.
My major 5 times.
Oh, girl, same. I was an architecture student. Architecture was going to be life, and like that's not what I'm doing now for sure.
Yeah.
But again, because it's like you're so young and you don't know what you really like, so that's why it's, you know, I just push him to, you know, it's just about getting experiences and meeting people. And you know, because again, I started off in marketing, so I was doing a bunch of PR internships and all that kind of stuff, and I found out what I liked, what I didn't. Ended up like doing some work with the Astros, and I'm a Houston lady. So yeah, you.
That's why you got the orange and blue on.
I know. I tried to sneak it in there just to, I know. I have to have it in my everyday life, just a little Houston flair. But yeah, so it's just about, you know, getting all those kind of connections and using them to help you and help them along the way. So as much as my people helped me to be where I am, you're always trying to pass that along and do it for brother, do it for people reaching out to me for internships and all that kind of stuff, just kind of passing it forward.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to have it all figured out.
Nope, you do not need to. So just because like you think of something that, oh my gosh, if I get to this point, I'm gonna have no idea what I'm doing, that's no reason to not continue on, because again, you bring someone on that can help you, and contrary to, I mean, so much of people don't know what they're doing in a lot of aspects. They're kind of figuring it out along the way. They just have the courage to do that and to not let that fear make them not do it.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep pushing and not being afraid to ask for help, then you got it.
The cliche of don't let the fear of playing the game or striking out keep you from playing the game.
Exactly.
Or, how many Office reference? I'm going to try to make an Office reference every episode.
I'll get them all.
Of Michael Scott with like the whiteboard behind him, and he wrote like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Michael Scott.
Right, yeah.
Underneath that, it's like Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it.
It's cliche, but it's true.
It is true, for sure.
I want to circle back to when you were talking about your business and introducing yourself and how you got into it, about how, you know, you're doing these weddings and these strangers have invited you to be a part of their special day, and getting swept up in the emotion and all that. You know, I still feel like, well, I feel honored, first of all, to be a part of this, to come in as a stranger, and that people have trusted me with this. And I still get emotional.
Me too. I'm such a softie. I'm in the corner crying. I'm like, this is not professional. But it's like, but it gets you. I mean, you see, like, especially like, again, I just love it from, you know, the client side. You get to really make a connection with them and all that. So you get to meet a lot of their family and everything. So when it comes time to like the daddy-daughter dance and all those type of things, whenever you you've gotten a chance to meet those people beforehand. You understand their connection. You understand, some family history or whatever it is. Those moments are they're so stinking sweet, and they really can get you. So yeah, like my first wedding, I felt it was a weird feeling because I'm like, this seems like such a personal moment. So for me to just kind of, be here, it seems weird. But once I got past that, and you see more so like as an honor, it's like they wanted you here to help bring it to life, to plan it for them, and to now have them be able to enjoy the day, not worry about anything. And then from you, obviously, just getting to see all those memories from, years to come. It's, it is an honor to have been chosen to get to be there and experience all that. So
you must be like a member of their family.
Yeah, I know. You get to be a member of the family for a day. It's it is fun. So, So once you think about it in those lights, I think it's such a beautiful, industry to be a part of, and a beautiful day to be a part of. So, so you can have so much fun with it if you let it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. I want to kind of pivot and ask a question that I haven't asked on the podcast before that I think would not only be, I'm just curious, but I think that a lot of either brides or couples or even someone that's not getting married that's just interested in the wedding industry would need to know or want to know. I want to talk about wedding etiquette. So, and like, not only day of, but like leading up to, what are some like top like do's and don'ts that like come off the top of your head
for somebody getting married,
for guest or for bridal party or for mother-in-law, future mother-in-law?
Yes, remembering that it's not their day is a big one. It is the bride and groom's day. So a lot of them, I think it's coming from a good place. They want to, whether it's mama bear just really trying to be on daughter's side or son's side, or maid of honor really trying to jump in or anything like that. But I think knowing that, like, if the bride doesn't care about something, don't force her to care about something. Or if the bride wants it done this way, not jumping in and trying to change their mind about anything like that. Because a lot of the times I can just I've seen so many times where, again, it's coming from a place of help, but you don't want to stress anybody out or just make big deals about things that aren't or anything like that. So just kind of respecting that it's their day, they want it how they want it, and just knowing that your role that day is to be there for them and celebrate, the love and celebrate them as a couple and all that. So as long as you're doing that and just, if anything, helping ease them, because it's a crazy day. I mean, there's so much just sensory overload. You're feeling nervous. The last thing they need is just, more people to try to throw different logistics at them and decisions and all that kind of stuff. So day of, just all the planning that has already happened, and the day is what the day is going to be. And so just making sure that you're more of a support system, I think, is what they always need. So, so just kind of taking that into account, and if it's not the day that you would have done or whatever it is, it's their day, so just let them live in their day, so that's, I think, the main one that I see a lot, because a lot of the times, it's the more docile, bride or groom or something who they'll say, okay, well, if mom wants it like that, then we'll do it like that or something. I have to make sure to say, hey, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
If you want it to be like this, you tell me.
Right.
And it's going to be like that.
Right.
And then a lot of the times they'll be like, actually, yeah, I think that way will probably be better. And it's like, then that's what we're going to do. You don't need this is your day. Looking back on it, I want it to be everything that you wanted it to be. If you want this photo and mom saying she wants this photo or whatever it is, I want to make sure that this is everything that you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main thing. Just kind of, taking, I know it's hard. I mean, especially because as a fellow control freak, I get it. But just kind of taking a step back and just letting the day play out how it's going to.
It's exciting, right, for the friends and family to have their loved one getting married and planning. And so, of course, you have, like, your opinions and this person and you want to give your advice.
Right.
Maybe just, like, think 2 or 3 times before
right, just take a pause to make sure, be like, exactly. Because sometimes, I mean, opinions are great and help is great and everything like that. So definitely not saying anything like that. But yeah, just take a couple pauses just to make sure that this is the right moment and this is the right opinion and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I'd say that's probably the biggest one that I'll see.
What about like plus ones?
Oh, if they didn't tell you you have a plus one, don't bring a plus one. Don't ask for a plus one. Don't assume. Don't do that. I mean, the wearing white is usually an obvious one, but you do see that one,
really?
Unfortunately. Yes. And it's always sad because the bride's always like, because I never point it out or anything. I mean, I'll clock it on the side of my eye and be like, that's interesting. But the bride's always like, oh, it's fine. I don't care.
Right.
But again, it's just an etiquette thing, not doing that. Being, respectful to the venue you're at, being respectful to vendors because, vendors are doing as much as they can to make the day good as well. So I think just kind of being respectful in all aspects of the day is another big one. Especially, again,
watching your alcohol intake.
Watching the alcohol intake. Yes, I'm sure every wedding vendor has had some crazy alcohol overindulgent probably experiences. So
have you?
Yes, for sure.
Do you have any stories that you want to share?
Oh, goodness gracious. I've got some. I mean, there's one. This one is just more of a funny one that they'll probably look back. But we had a best man who was he wanted to tear up the dance floor and he wanted to open his dance number with the worm. So he dove in head first and broke his nose on the floor and was just... So yeah, he had to get rushed off. Now they look back at it and it's hilarious. And the best man was just like, yeah, I was stupid. But that was a moment where you pause the party at a certain point and you're like, okay, I guess we start dancing again, you know? So that was funny.
Cue the record scratch.
Right, yeah, exactly. So that was an interesting one. Again, we've had just people who get a little bit, again, from an etiquette standpoint, have a little bit too much and start, the respect level with the venue and that kind of stuff starts lacking a little bit. But I will never forget that, the worm nose break situation.
Yeah, that's a pretty unforgettable moment.
Yeah. I think I forgot, but I'm pretty sure they got some photos of it afterwards. That I'm sure they will never. Yeah, right. You can't let them live that one down.
Yeah, no.
So that's one for sure that it will never. I'm sure you guys have some too.
Oh yeah,
that was a funny one.
You have any that you can think of?
Well, I just remember a few times there's somebody who I assume is probably an uncle or someone that ends up getting hauled off. I remember this one time that the bartender he cut this guy off. He obviously did not need anything else to drink. And then the uncle started trying to pick a fight with the bartender because he wouldn't feed him.
See that?
Or not feed him. He wouldn't give him a drink.
Feed me the drink. Feed me the
that's probably what he said, But
there's olives and martinis.
Security and take the guy out with security. And it's now you've got to go to every Thanksgiving and Christmas with your family being the uncle who had to get hauled off by security.
That's what happens a lot of times is if you get that one guy or whatever that gets to the point where they have to be cut off, there's always a tension moment where, bartender cuts him off, guy gets mad, security has to step in. And then I've seen it more than once where whoever was in charge of buying the alcohol or whatever, they're like, we bought this alcohol. This is our alcohol. You can't say that it's not going to be served or something like that. And again, just a respect thing where the venue has its policies. They're doing it for the safety of everybody.
Yeah.
So, if he gets overserved and something happens, then, liability and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so it's just about...
The bartender also gets blamed.
Right, the bartender gets blamed, everybody... Right, exactly. There's so many things involved. And again, weddings, you're wanting to have fun. And I always kind of tell my people, it's weddings, you want to have fun, and then for those people who want to really party or something, that's kind of what after parties are for. So if you know that that's your crowd, then I always recommend planning for something like that. So, for the actual wedding, grandma can be there and have as much fun as she wants. And then, for your core group who then really wants to, go crazy afterwards, then, you do something afterwards.
Yeah.
But for the wedding itself, that's not really the time to need to be cut off and all that kind of stuff. So
don't you want to remember the
party? You want to remember. I haven't seen it in a while, but there was a string of times where, by the end of the night, one of the two members of the couple has a little bit too much, and then the other member of the couple is not happy about it. So then morning after is, there's some saltiness there. So we've seen that pretty often too. Yeah. It's usually the boy, but
boys, am I right?
It's an unhappy bride.
Hey, I've seen a bride drunk during the ceremony.
No.
Oh yeah, it was bad. She was, at first I thought that, so they're standing up there. I didn't know that she was drunk. But they're standing up there and they're holding hands, up at the altar. And she starts leaning back. And I still don't know she's drunk. So I'm like, oh, she's going to leave him at the altar, I really thought that. And then I realized, no, it's just she can't stand up. Somebody ends up going, and it's like one of those indoor-outdoor venue kind of space. It's it's like an open air chapel kind of thing. So they end up going and grabbing a log and pulling it over, and she sits on this log for the rest of the ceremony.
Oh my god!
Because she couldn't.
Does the groom sit too?
Gosh, this was
it suddenly becomes like a Catholic
10, 12
ceremony.
years ago.
I know, God.
It wasn't that. It was 10, 12 years ago. I don't remember the groom sitting down. I think he stayed up.
That would have been.
It was very awkward.
A little bit mad about that one. Yeah.
Maybe hey, if you're a part of a bridal party, don't let your friend get drunk before.
Right? Yeah. Watch your girl.
Keep your eye on her.
Especially the bride.
Especially the bride. She has. She has the time in a party. But there's some. Yeah. My friend, my best friend, recently got married, and she, just because I made fun of the boys for being the ones to get too drunk, but she, bless her heart, is freaking 90 pounds, does not really drink. She was having a ball. She was, I saw her drink, she had a couple, and I started noticing, I was like, she's really going to town, but let her, it's her day. She's having her fun. Mm-hmm. And then I remember the moment where I could tell that I was like, oh, she's doing too much. I think I was holding my drink, and she was like, that's mine, and took it. And I was like, oh, she needs to calm down. And then, so we were telling her, hey, maybe let me have this one and something like that. And it gets to the point, this is just kind of another suggestion thing, but she's still, she had her private last dance still, and sparkler exit and all that kind of stuff. And you can't tell from the video that she was that drunk. Mm-hmm. But in her mind, she can't watch those she can't watch the video of her sparkler exit, and she doesn't even really looking at her last dance photos, because in her mind she's like, I look so drunk, I look crazy. And you can't tell, but she knows what she knows herself. So that's that sucks.
Yeah.
And then she had to, I won't say her name, so she can't get mad about me for telling it, but they went off in a vintage car for their grand exit and everything, and she started throwing up and everything. So the car guy's not going to want that in his car, right? So he pulled over on the side of the road, and she just it became this whole thing. They were going to go.
Disaster.
Yeah. So the groom was calling me saying, I don't know what to do. I was like, man, that's your wife. You got to, this is your time to figure that out.
I'm a wedding planner, not a counselor.
Right, because he's my best friend too,
in
from
sickness
childhood.
and in health.
I know. I was like, I know. He had just made a whole speech about, oh yeah, the dad, her dad and everything, made a whole speech saying, this is my baby girl. You are the man now. She is yours. And then here he is calling dad dude, I don't know what to do. She's doing all this. And we're like, man, this is the start where this is your job now. So poor girl. She's
welcome to marriage.
Welcome to marriage. Yeah. So that was a funny story. But again, just, you got to watch yourself, Yeah. You got to try to have the girl. We unfortunately realized it too late with that one. But yeah, so just for yourself, keep that in mind. Again, that's what after parties are for. You don't have any business that you got to handle during the after party. So if you want to go crazy, you can go crazy then. But yeah, it's always a tricky thing to do with that stuff.
Yeah. So speaking of sparkler exits, first of all, alcohol and sparklers.
Crazy mix, right?
Mix.
Yep.
Beautiful, like, exit. Like, I love the way it looks in pictures and video. But maybe we should start thinking of some alternatives to the sparkler
I love
exit.
giving alternatives because, one, I feel like everybody does it now, where so it's getting a little bit, of course, right? Yeah. So, and yeah, it's always at the end of the night. So, you have so many people messed up, and I got to remind them, like, hey, your girl has hairspray like crazy in her hair. So do the sparklers like this. And of course, then they want to be waving them around and then they're sticking them in the grass. They don't listen. Like, I can give the best prep speech you've ever heard and they don't,
No.
They're doing their own thing at that point.
I know Jordan has a story.
Oh, you have a good sparkler story?
It's not good.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Are there any good sparkler stories?
There's no good sparkler story. If you have one, then it's not a good one.
That's right. You're not like, oh, everything went perfectly. Let me tell you about the sparkler story. No, this was actually horribly sad. So, and
Maybe I'll cut this.
well, as the photographer or videographer, like, it's especially horrible to shoot the sparklers because you have to be right there in the middle of it.
Oh,
so I've gotten to the point where, like, I'm super nice. Everybody loves me throughout the day, but during the sparkler exit, I'm kind of a jerk.
Right.
I've seen it. I can confirm.
Yeah, because especially after this happened. So one of my friends, she's a wedding filmmaker, and she got her hair lit on fire.
See,
and
it'll happen.
She lost her hair.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so sad. I mean, just like
that so
that happens because people are
they're
drunk
being
and
stupid and they just don't think that sparklers will
fire.
actually do anything crazy, but it does. See, that's what.
So
say that for 4th of July on the lake, you know?
Right? Yeah.
After I heard that, I'm just like terrified.
Sad.
So like I'm okay with him being a jerk during that.
Right?
Like,
yeah. You gotta.
Like, I know it's just hair, but hair is like.
I know. I mean, yeah, because I have to. I'm there. Lighten them for the people and everything. Yeah. So as I'm doing that, I'm giving a little safety spiel and stuff. And they just go crazy with it. Right. They're whacking them around. I've got like a sparkler in my eye and everything.
I had a friend
much.
At a wedding holding, like, she had a friend and there's like pictures of this, and it's kind of funny to look back at the pictures, but not really, but he was holding like 10, like, right, see? And he's just like,
nope.
Like, yeah
I wouldn't mind finding some alternative options.
Do you have any like that you've seen?
I've seen this was a good one. We were brainstorming it a little bit, but this one I like because it's easy and does look really good in photos. It's like the little tinsel streamers, but not the ones like
the fiber optic, or?
The ones that's like it'll pop, but technically it's staying attached. So then also it's not like a mess for the venue and everything. So it's really shiny. So in the photos, like it looks really cool.
That's fun.
So things like that, as long as you plan them out logistically in terms of kind of timing it as they're going down, that's a good one. Bubbles, I see people do a lot.
I was gonna say bubbles.
Let me see. That's another go-to. I mean, when people throw things, the main thing you have to, it's so hard to see like the super little things people throw. Yeah. So like I'll see people do like dried floral and stuff. Smells really good, but you can't really see it too well. So I think usually the people do the little bell ones too. I'm not the biggest fan of the bell ones, the little bell tassel things. But yeah, I would say like either the streamers or the bubbles are probably the top two alternatives that I've been seeing lately.
I'd be curious / excited to know if maybe there's going to be some trending.
Yeah, I want some. Yeah. I want some fun one. I mean, confetti cannon little things I've seen done too. You just have to be careful with that one because venues probably don't like that one too much. So you got to check with them. But
I think they are coming out or have come out with confetti that's like good for the environment.
There's some like biodegradable ones. Yeah. The thing about those is a lot of venues still won't let you do them because if it's a venue that has back-to-back weddings, it takes days for that to really like sink in and stuff.
Right.
So if it is one with back-to-back weddings, usually they'll still say no. So you just gotta talk to them about it and figure it out. But those do look really cool whenever it's able to be, because I've seen it for exit, and then I've seen it for like ceremony as they're you know do it coming back down the aisle. They'll do it for that, or do a little like pedal toss or something like that.
My cousin, when they walked down the aisle, back down, I think it was like dried like lavender and maybe some like flower seeds and stuff like that. It was really neat.
Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, venues will never be mad about that one usually. So there's a lot of alternatives. We need to make an
Let's brainstorm
anti-sparkler. yeah.
I know there's some venues that ban sparklers.
I've recently been coming across quite a few that don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And they always kind of say a different reason. Like one venue I'm coming up to in a couple weeks said a reason that I think it's a made up reason, but I get why they don't want it. So obviously I don't really, say much about it, but I get, again, like drunk people with sparklers, it's a crazy type of situation. So I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Drinking and fire is
right.
Never.
Right. Yeah.
Were you going to say something?
Well, you know how like some of the really high end weddings that we've done, like maybe during the first dance, they'll have these cold
sparks.
The cold sparks. I'm like, can't they come up with like a sparkler?
Right,
like
a cold. Right.
I don't know.
Because the cold sparks literally like don't do anything. Like you can have them inside. You can do, because it doesn't do anything. So that would be.
Yeah, chemistry nerds need to get on.
Chemistry nerds need to get on that.
Calling all chemistry nerds.
Right. Yeah.
Give us a cold sparkler.
There's some kind of solution.
You're gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, you're gonna make a lot of money.
Actually, cut that, Jordan. Let's work on it.
Right? Yeah. Dang. I've seen some people do that to where they'll have the cold spark boxes like right at the beginning of when they're doing it. So you can do it like that and have that like be your picture moment and then walk into something else. So if you want to get like the sparkler look without literally doing the sparklers, if you're not allowed or you just don't want to, then
we'll just Photoshop it for you.
We'll Photoshop it, right? Exactly, yeah, because we'd rather probably not mess with it.
Just have everyone like hold a stick and
right, yeah, exactly.
Or like a Harry Potter wedding, everyone gets a wand.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll get on that. When you said Harry Potter one, I had a Harry Potter wedding, so then that one just came into mind.
Way.
I've seen so many fun themed ones. There has been a Harry Potter one, a Star Wars one that was really good. The Star Wars one came with.
Did they have stormtroopers?
They did. Nice. They had stormtroopers, and the groom and best man had a 12-minute choreographed battle. And like it wasn't like, oh, we're being funny coming up. Like it was super serious. We everyone sat around this.
Seems a little excessive.
It was a little excessive. I didn't realize how long it was. They were practicing it during the day, so I didn't really know about it. They were practicing it during the day and like really practicing to be like, no man, I have to get you here first and then you go down. Like they were really going in on it. And then I think as we were watching it, we were like, this is longer than we thought. This is really.
At first, people were like,
yeah. Everyone was really pumped, and then it was like,
12 minutes later.
It was a little bit long, but it was funny. It was fun to watch, though. So we had, and then for their grand exit, they had lightsabers for everybody to hold.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they did it on May the 4th, and then they even had a fireworks show. So like as they're going down with the lightsabers, the fireworks show was going in the back. So
that's amazing.
That picture is amazing. Wow. Yeah, so that one's a really fun one.
Please tell me there was a videographer at that wedding.
No, that was
so
one.
They just got all that work. They got crappy iPhone video.
Right,
if
literally
someone got to do that of the lightsaber battle.
Yeah. So it's just all iPhone videos with that one. But that was a fun
breaks
video.
My heart.
Right, I'm sure it does. But that was a fun one. So we've had Star Wars ones. We've had some cosplay ones.
Tell me more about the Harry Potter one.
Harry Potter one. I think it was like they had a Harry Potter cakes. Like one of the cake was the little monster book thing. So then that was a cute one. They had Harry Potter music for the ceremony. Right, yeah. They had Harry Potter music for the ceremony. Their guest book was Harry Potter-esque, and their decor was, kind of that vibe too. So I think that's as deep as they went in with that theme. There was no choreographed wand battle or anything like that. That would have been interesting. But you see a lot of people do like the Lord of the Rings music during the ceremony too. It was like,
it's beautiful music.
It is beautiful music, honestly. Like it ends up looking really good. And then, especially like we had one of them where as the ring bearer went down, they played one of it and the officiant asked, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the classic Lord of the Rings quote? I don't know. He said some kind of thing for the ring bearer to bring the one true ring or something like that. So that one's cute. The cosplay ones are always fun.
Yeah. I had a friend whose groom was super into Star Wars, and he and his groomsmen entered the ceremony to the Death March.
Yeah, I've seen some of those too.
The crowd got a kick out of it.
Right.
Yeah. And it was like the Vitamin string quartet version.
Yeah.
So who knew?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So those are always fun to see. If you're that nerdy about something and like it's part of y'all as a couple and you're having fun with it, then I always think it's, you might as well. It's fun. So it's fun to look back at pictures of. It's fun to tell people about. People are always gonna tell everybody else about the Star Wars wedding they went to.
Yeah.
So I think it's fun.
It's definitely unique, and it goes back to what we were saying about it's your day and people can give their opinions.
They give their opinions, but if you love it, if you want to do that choreographed battle, you do that battle. Yeah. So I'm all about it. I love the unique ones.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for talking weddings with me. This is so fun and easy to talk to you.
Oh, great. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. We have some good stories between us, I think.
Yeah, I feel like we could tell some more
stories. I know. We could go on for hours and hours with some of the funny stuff that we've seen and good stuff. So yeah, we had some good times.
But I think it's also like fun and important to not talk about weddings and to like do non-work related things.
Yes,
take a break
for
that.
Yeah.
So I just think it's fun to do this like little like get to know you game.
Okay.
Just draw a card and ask a question and just spitfire. If you don't like it, you can skip it. Whatever. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go first. Let's see
it. Okay. You've suddenly become wealthy beyond the dreams of an avarice. I actually had to look this word up. I've read this card before. I had to look it up. Okay. Do you know that?
Avarice?
Avarice.
No.
I already forgot. I think it's just a very wealthy person.
So I become super wealthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vocabulary word of the day.
Avarice. Yeah.
What do you do with the rest of your life?
Ooh, like do I think I would just. That's hard.
You're supposed to say, I would still plan weddings.
I know, that's what I know. I would plan, right, exactly. I would plan weddings because that's my love passion project. No, probably not. I think I would live a very similar life to what I do now, just probably take lots of different trips and that kind of stuff. But I think my day-to-day life would look very similar.
Yeah.
I'm a big family person, so always around my family, so I'd still be living close to them. I'm more so an experience person rather than like a material person, which is another, not that we're talking about weddings, but that's kind of what I tell my couples too, is like, you're doing this for the experience of it and for the life that's coming afterwards, you know? So as much as we'll talk about like your centerpieces and all that kind of stuff, it really is, the day and the feeling of the day. But yeah, I think we'll say that I'll get a really nice house and then just otherwise, like fill my day with hobbies and family. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. Yeah, you got to do hobbies because if you're not doing anything during the day, you're going to go crazy. Yeah. So, probably like I have a bunch of hobbies that I don't give time for.
Same.
So now I can actually give them the time.
Yeah,
like, I can
what a dream.
Speak Spanish again.
Oh my
gosh, can get the guitar back.
Oof. One of mine.
All those kind of things. Yeah. So we'll give the time to the hobbies that they deserve.
Yeah,
I think that's what we're doing.
Universe, can we work out a better plan for like work and stuff?
Yes.
Have more time for hobbies.
Yep. See, because you spend so much, if you're working, you're doing all your mental energy on that.
Yes.
That then like, I don't want to necessarily do hobbies after that because then that's also kind of still energy. Right. Yeah. So I just want to just do nothing.
Right.
So now all my work mental energy will go to hobbies.
Nice.
That's what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay. What dish do you slay in the kitchen every time you make it? Thank God I didn't get this question because that's nothing.
You're not a cook?
Nope.
Did you stage the cards this way?
I didn't. I asked her. Did she want to go first? And I did not stage it this way. Why do you ask that?
You were just so excited to answer this question.
I know. You have a
You
dish.
are a really
have
good
a
cook.
dish
I got to
ready.
give it to you.
All right. What is your dish of
Thanks.
choice?
Wow, Big Brother said I was a good cook.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I do love to cook. That's like a hobby that I like picked up
good. Okay.
later in life. My friends always request this is a boring one, but my chicken tortilla soup.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I really like to make carne asada with chimichurri, and I make this like sweet potato, tomato, vegetable slaw with it. I like to make beef bulgogi.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know what
Nobody
that
knows
is.
what that is.
I don't know what that
You're
is.
the only one
Really?
who knows what that is.
It's
Bulgogi?
a bulgogi. It's like a
Bulgogi.
Korean dish.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just like a bowl with like rice and this like beef with this delicious sauce on it and like pickled cucumber and
Ooh, that sounds
carrots
good.
and I put like a sriracha aioli on it.
Oh, she's getting fancy.
Yeah.
Dang, that does sound really good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Those are like some of my staples.
That's nice. I want to have staples. I have nothing. Yeah.
Do HelloFresh.
Mine is ribeye.
I tried.
Yeah, just ribeye.
Just a ribeye.
I make
just-
a mean ribeye.
Yeah.
Sound like Ron Swanson.
That sounds around Swanson.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Yeah.
I don't think you heard me correctly.
Oh,
You thought
yeah.
I said a lot of bacon and eggs. I said, give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Oh yeah, I did HelloFresh and I was too lazy with it. I just I'm like I could cook this or I could run a Chick-fil-A real quick. And
Fair.
Chick-fil-A is always
It does take a lot of energy to cook. Again, hobbies.
Yeah.
To cook at the end of the
my
day.
Chick-fil-A people do know me by name. For sure. It's a little embarrassing, so I try not to bring my friends to Chick-fil-A whenever they're in town. Cause
Isn't that like the American dream to like become a regular and like
true, I am living the American
Hey,
dream.
Charlotte!
Right? Charlotte, give her
gonna
the
have a number
usual.
one today?
Yeah,
No
see?
pickles.
Yeah. So I tried it and then I just would never cook them. So I think it's just the act of cooking that like when I'm hungry, I just want to eat and
Yeah.
I don't,
That's fair.
I would love to, maybe when we get the family up and running and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
then we'll dive into a little bit more.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully one day.
So I guess that is a hobby I make time for.
Yeah.
Sort of.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay.
So that counts.
Should we do another one or? Okay.
Do one more.
One more round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh goodness. Do we not like that one?
No, I like them. I like both of them.
Oh, I forgot there's two on them.
But one is probably a little vain. So, what snack do you find the most comfort in consuming?
We won't count this one, but I am addicted to sweet tea. So I always have sweet tea on my person, literally. Like I have it in the car with me.
That's the best sweet tea.
I'll always have, Chick-fil-A is great. They actually disappointed me the other day by like their sweet tea wasn't that great that day. And I like called my mom to talk about it. I was like, usually they're my go-to place. Right. So that was a whole thing. But so I always have a million sweet teas a day. Like I have a child's palate when it comes to eating. So I like peanut butter crackers and
Can't go wrong with peanut butter
can't go
crackers.
wrong with that. And then just like little grapes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like literally just
Grapes
anything.
is like a comfort snack.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Because like literally
good.
there will come to a time where I'm like, I shouldn't eat this many grapes. But I'm like, but it feels so good. So then I'll just keep going.
Right.
So yeah, peanut butter crackers and grapes.
So when you become rich, what you're really gonna do is have somebody like hired to
grapes,
feed you
yes.
grapes.
See,
That's what's gonna
That
happen.
is the American dream. Right.
fan.
See, that will happen. Yep. So yeah, I think, yep, those are my go-tos. Because I'm not really a junk food person. So I really don't like pick out on chips or anything like that. So nothing crazy there. So probably just peanut butter crackers and grapes.
I wish I had that.
I know. Well, I'm right. So I'm not a junk food person or a sweets person. So like all the sweet little brides saying, "Oh, please, like have some of the cake." And I'm like, "No, thank you." And they're like, "No, you deserve it." And I'm like, "But I don't want it." But I will eat like a loaf of bread easy. So I won't have the sweets, but give me carbs.
I do love carbs. Oh my God. Bread.
So that is my vice is with bread. We all have something. Bread. So yeah. So I'll put that as my little comfort snack, a loaf of bread.
Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. All right. Let's see.
I want bread.
Right. See? Okay. I'm going to choose which one. Let's see. Oh, that's a good one.
And if you don't like it, you can pick a different card.
Okay. That one. Rules. Okay. We're going to do this one. Okay. What positive impact do you think you have on other people?
How could you think of just one?
Oh, no. I just don't like to, I don't know, brag on myself, I guess.
Well, I'm sure you have, a good personal one. And then also just, what you guys do job-wise is I think, big for people's lives, too.
I don't know. This is crazy. It's been a while since I thought about this, but this just, popped in my head. In high school, I had a teacher, hey, Chris Green, miss you, love you, who told me, we were talking about spiritual gifts and as far as talking about people speaking in tongues and stuff. And I was just like, I don't think I have a spiritual gift. And at the time I was like, oh, that's so boring. But now that I'm older, I really...
Do you have a spiritual gift?
Well, so he said, he was like, yes, you do. It's encouragement.
Oh.
Yeah, at the time I was like, that's really boring. But I've
so sweet.
Grown to really appreciate and love that about myself, and know that about myself, that it just comes naturally. And there's even been instances that are that have been really cool for me, where I've just seen a stranger and could tell that, not necessarily could tell that they needed encouragement. Well, yeah, but could feel that they needed to hear something. And it has taken a lot of work and courage for me to build up to going up to them and saying it. Yeah. But now that I have experienced it, it's easier because the reaction's always been
oh my gosh, how'd you know I needed that?
Thank you. Yeah. How did you know I needed to hear that? And people even have cried. And
I love that. So that is a good gift to have. Yeah, that's a good one. You're gonna make me cry. Oh my goodness. Dang, that's super good. I love it. Well, that's an important one to have. I think any of my super close people in my life, I feel like that's something that they all have in common as far as what they can give to other people and everything. So that's a good one.
Everyone needs someone in their life like that.
Kudos. That's you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, I take real good pictures. So I got that going for me.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. This has been so fun. Thank you again.
This was such a pleasure. You guys are a blast. Oh, thanks. Come back anytime.
Yeah, please come back. Yeah. I'll have you back. We obviously have more to talk about.
Yes. Yeah, we have plenty, I'm sure.
So I will link all of Charlotte's social medias in the comments. Do you want to tell people just verbally what they are?
Sure. So again, my company is World Fair Events. Fair spelled Fare. So obviously you can check out our website, see what we got going on. World Fair Events is our handle for social media and Facebook. And I'm not cool enough really to be on TikTok, so don't look for me on TikTok. But so you can find all of our stuff there, see all of our weddings and all the fun we have. And yeah, just check us out.
Yeah. Follow Ladybird Studios for more episodes like this. Ladybirdsstudios.com, on Instagram, Facebook, and I'm also not cool enough, but we do have one TikTok video.
No, I was cool enough. My extent of that was I made a TikTok, and Instagram let me put my Instagram ones on TikTok. Yeah. So we have those, but then something changed and I couldn't figure out what changed, so now I haven't been on there.
I can't keep up.
Yeah, so
these
don't.
Gen Zers.
Right.
I can watch them, but
I asked my little brother, I was like, "What does this mean?" They said this, and he's like, "Jeez, you're so old." So yeah, no TikTok.
Cheers to being old.
Yeah, cheers to being old. There you go.
But thanks for watching.
Great.
If you want to come on the podcast, email info@ladybirdstudios.com. Send us questions or suggestions. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.